What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Calibria Crystal Guardians. This is a brand new hero collector that came out a couple of weeks ago. So if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So let's start it off as we always do because a hero collector can truly only be as fun as the heroes that you can collect. Now here are the heroes that I collected thus far, and I gotta say, early on I wasn't too impressed with the character models. Like, the design concept behind the heroes were sound, but it felt like the heroes just didn't really have a lot of detail, and that lack of detail made the character models look a little dated. But then I realized that this is one of those games where as you progress, as you evolve your characters, they get more and more intricate player models. So I'll show you some of the higher tier characters here so you can get a real feel for what the characters look like in this game. And as you guys can see, they do look considerably better and a lot newer feeling once they are like fully evolved and ascended here. As you guys can see, I'll kind of show you a few characters here within each faction. And there are some really good looking ones. Of course, you have your quintessential Panda character, your quintessential World of Warcraft Diablo ripoff. I mean, there you go. There's your World of Warcraft ripoff there. But I gotta say, once they're higher tier, this does give you something to look forward to. They look good, and like I said in my last video, love a nice mounted feetsies waifu. Very, very nice. Good job there. And then check this out. You ready? Well, not this guy. He looks a little old. Like, that one looks a little dated. But check it out. Look at that. No legs. You really are going all in on this no leg fetish, FG. I know. But this guy actually looks really, really good. Here are a few more here, little Spider Queen action. So I was just talking about arachnid waifus in a couple of videos ago. It's kind of funny how this all kind of fits together. I was talking about arachnid on the leg parts, not on the back part. That's all right, but whatever. Here are a few more there. There we go. Very, very World of Warcraft inspired there, but that's all right. They did put their little twist on it, that very much so. They did put their little twist on it, so it's definitely not bad. Here are a few more, and then after this, we're going to jump into combat. This looks like the old Zeus model from Smite. I don't like it. Not down with that. Cool little old swordsman. A little bit more World of Warcraft inspiration. Diablo. Why do I keep saying World of Warcraft when it's clearly Diablo models? And look at this. We need more heroes that come with pets as well. So I definitely like that. So, and this guy, straight out of Asura's Wrath. Look at that, straight up. Very, very nice. And actual Lucifer is in the game for some reason. Dual wielding some freaking crossbows. Very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into combat, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna move over here. Now this is going to be a very, very, like, there's a lot of games out there that are inspired by Summoner's Wars. This game is kind of following in the footsteps of Summoner's Wars. So every single hero collector that we play nowadays basically takes a little piece from Summoner's Wars, but this game is trying to be a more of an updated Summoner's Wars. So it's a little bit different. All of these different stages here have an easy, normal, and hard difficulty. And just like in Summoner's Wars, the whole point of going on these stages here is to grind them out and get different rune pieces. All of these stages drop a respective rune piece, and what you're trying to do is trying to get the best RNG stat allocation that you possibly can. So agile rune pieces drop there. I have been, sorry about that. The UI is a little weird in this game. Luna Lake, I've been trying to farm like crazy because this drops the DPS focus runes, etc., etc. But I don't want to show you combat in these little fodder stages because they're not as impressive. Let's go ahead and jump into the catacombs, and I'll show you some of these boss encounters instead because I feel like this is where the game really starts to shine. Minotaur Chief looking pretty awesome. So, FG, I thought you were going to show us fodder units. Come on, man, you gotta build up, all right? You don't just walk into a raid and immediately fight the boss. You gotta fight some trash mobs first. That's what we're doing. Eventually, we'll get to the boss. We're still not there yet. Everybody wait. This is like the little mid-boss right over here. Shout out to one of my favorite games, Laharl in the house. All right, and then you fight this really cool clockwork goblin clockwork goblin. I was going to say clockwork golem, but this is more of a clockwork colossus. So it looks pretty cool. I really do respect and like this camera angle when it comes to giving scale to the bosses. Really wish more games would have multiple different camera angles in their combat systems because sometimes, you know, just changing the camera angle really changes how you feel about the combat and how the enemies are portrayed, and this looks really good. Little gripe here, the sound effects of this game are not very, like, the sound effects are really, like, harsh. Like they're not mixed very well at all. I'm gonna die on video. But the sound effects they're not mixed very well. They're very harsh. If you don't play with sound on, you know, it probably won't bother you. But a lot of the explosions and things like that kind of takes me out of the game because of how harsh they sound. Like they're just like really like scratchy. So hopefully they can work on that. But that is kind of embarrassing, but that's okay. I want to show you some other stuff here. How about a little bit of a Leviathan catacombs here? Go ahead and put our squad together and jump on in. Here's the Elven Queen that we saw a little bit earlier, who, like I said, looks pretty decent. Like like if you want to play a game like this, I feel like this is going to appeal to people that like Summoner's Wars, but you want to maybe start over with more of a clean slate. You know what I mean? Because Summoner's Wars has been out for a very long time. So maybe you would play a game like this. That way you can kind of start off a little bit more even footing, a little bit newer, not as inundated with a bunch of characters, etc., etc. A game like this would probably fit in there very, very well. Now, when it comes to combat, which we haven't really even talked about, I feel like combat in these types of games, it is important. Like, let me not say it's not important. It is very important, at least in PvP and some of the higher tier raids. But in games like this, you're trying to farm the same stage repeatedly, trying to get the best RNG drops. So playing manual when it comes to a gameplay like this is just not very efficient. When you have to play the same stage 75 times to get the perfect RNG setup on your rune, you're really not gonna be playing the game manual. So I've been kind of keeping the game on auto because I feel like that's going to be the majority of your gameplay experience, in my humble opinion. I'll show you some of the skill systems a little bit later in this game because that's actually pretty interesting. So there you go, those are a few bosses. Got my little rune there, I'll collect it. I could sell it if I want to, but I don't want to. And then of course we have some dragons here, which we're not gonna go through because they look like dragons. Of course, different color dragons that correspond to different evolved materials that can help you upgrade your units. That way they can look a little bit more cool. As far as the actual campaign stages, this game does have a little bit of quality of life. It's kind of restrictive. So of course you can do some settings so you don't just waste your stamina losing. You can auto sell runes. But as far as the auto challenge, it only goes up to 5, as you can see, which some people might think is enough, right? They're like, hey, all right, well, you stay at your computer every 5 runs, you got to click next again. Big deal, FG. I hear ya. I do hear ya. But in a game like this, where it kind of like the whole game is designed on the fact that you're going to be grinding the same stage hundreds of times, I feel like 5. I don't feel like that number is big enough. So there you go. But they do have a little bit of quality of life when it comes to grinding. Of course, this game has an arena, pretty straightforward. Find who you want to beat up on. And yes, we have so many amphibians in our games lately. Like I have never, and I've covered a lot of different games on this channel, have not seen so many repeated back-to-back amphibians making appearances in all these videos. Here's another one, ladies and gentlemen. Another kung fu little tree frog. I think it's like a tree frog. It actually kind of makes me want to play EverQuest 2, believe it or not. EverQuest 2 has the frog lock race, which has a lot of customization on how to make your frog look cool. But that's PvP, pretty straightforward. Beat up on people, go up the ranks, get yourself some honor tokens, and use those in the shop. Speaking of the shop, if we go over here to the Otherworld Trials, this is an opportunity for you to farm these little crystals here, which allow you to then take these crystals, take them into the summoning session, and then allow you to summon for more characters. So, you know, like a lot of other hero collectors have elite stages where you can kind of farm and get shards. This kind of reminds me of that as well. There's also some passive buffs that apply as well. Not quite a labyrinth mode, but you know, has a little bit of reminiscence to it. So there you go. And as you guys can see, there are multiple different ones here as well. So that's that. So that's all the combat modes over there. So you have your basic campaign stages where you're going to grind for runes. You have your Otherworld Trials to grind for fragments to do summons, your arena to do PvP, your catacombs to get upgrade materials. And if you kind of scroll on over here, here's some more campaign stages. And then I assume this is going to be some type of world boss. So Thanatos is over there. Not the Thanatos that I recognize, but there you go. Looks like he is a world boss and he's almost dead. But that unlocks at level 35 and I'm not there just yet. So let's go back over here to the hero screen. Another cool thing that you can do in this game, so just because you and I are using the same exact characters, we can actually have different builds for our characters as well, because you can switch in and out different skills on your characters, and all of the characters have this ability as well. So that's something you do not see every day. actually having skill trees on all of these different characters to really kind of customize what you want that character to bring to the lineup. So that's actually pretty cool. So shout out to them on that one. But that's pretty much it. It's like I said, this reminds me of, this is like a game that if you really like Summoner's Wars, but it's a little bit older, a little bit dated, and you want to kind of have a clean slate with slightly improved graphics, this might be the game for you. So definitely check it out. Let's go ahead and get our caliente. That's not how you say that word, but we're going to go for it anyway. Since the game just came out, there's all kinds of little bonuses to help you on your travels. Lots of little growth plans and starter perks. All these things are designed to keep you in the game for at least that first 7 days, giving you rewards, kind of stringing you along. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Kind of stringing you along through the content, giving you as many upgrades as possible to kind of get you hooked on the game. So that's pretty straightforward. But that is pretty much the game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and end this video off as we always do, starting from the bottom. So here are your friendship summons here. Here are those void summon stones that I was just talking about here that you can collect. I have a few mystic summoning scrolls. So I'll show you the full summoning animation here. Let's see if we can't, we got ourselves a little two-tailed fox, but he does, even this character right here, this little Firefox browser, even this character here gets more and more intricate as you evolve him, or her, I don't know. Let's kind of keep going here. Can I speed up this animation in any way since we've already kind of seen it? All right, nope. Got a little bit of Dryad action, Jungle Hearts, another little healer there. Goofy little sound effect, but that's okay. Little wolf there, like even this character will not all the way to the top ranks, like not max stars, but you can even evolve those characters to make them look a little different. Is that a good summon? Oh wow, look at this little moth, like a little fire. Okay, Windwalker, all right. We're gonna go ahead and burn out all of these summons here. That seemed like a pretty, oh nice. Got a Poison Ivy in the game, Thorn Spirit. That's cool too. I want to see more thorny waifus in my games too as well. Pretty awesome. Let's move up to slightly higher tier summons up here. Oh, what is this, Mimic? There's Mimics in this game, apparently. Nice. Little 1-star though, so probably just going to use that to feed it for experience or something like that. Little spider. So I thought this was our higher tier summons. Maybe these are lower tier summons. Unknown Summon Scroll, Mystics. Oh yeah, it's 1 to 4 stars, so not that big of a deal on those. I guess we can see if we can get some really good value out of these and maybe pull a maximum 4-star out of this. But it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're just going to be getting some low tier ghosts here. LTG, if you will. Nice reference, FG. Thank you. All right, and that is that, ladies and gentlemen. So that will do it. Nice little look here in the world of Calibria Crystal Guardians. Where's my new favorite character? My new favorite, oh, she's right over here, 4-star purple. There she is. Now, if I go and take a look at what she is now, so there she is now. I'll take these little evil marks, which will help me upgrade her. Her name is Thorn Spirit. So let's see if I can find her in the next tier. There she is, right there. So that's what she's gonna look like once she's evolved, which is pretty nice. I kind of like her OG form a little bit better than that. But there you have it. Once again, my name is FG3000. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.